So which one do you think it is?
Valkyries.
Say that one more time.
Valkyries.
She thinks it's Valkyries. We could be seeing an innovation here. 4-port Valkyries in TVT coming out for Casey. The one who's never played StarCraft before. But anyways, we'll get back to the match. Maybe we're going to see some 4-port Valkyries coming out here. And yeah, Casey completely losing his contain. Looks like they're not going to be Valkyries, though. It is going to be 4-port Wraiths. And a dropship coming out now for... I'm sorry, I'm laughing. Now a dropship coming up for Ganzi into the back of the SCV line over here with some vultures. Going to be able to pick off that vulture and do some serious economic damage if Casey doesn't reinforce soon. Sending some tricking some SCVs through the minerals. Kind of strange there just to do some attacking. But 4-port Wraiths hasn't been scouted yet, although there are those attacking units just chilling there. And yeah, so now it looks like Ganzi's pushing out, ready to make the contain. This is going to be a pretty critical moment, I must say. Doing a really nice distractionary technique, but I don't think Casey's going to fall for it. Yeah, just setting up some siege tanks in the front there. 4-port Wraiths are now spotted, and that dropship gets lost to those raids. I'm not sure if Casey wanted those raids to get spotted, otherwise he would have helped out those SCVs with those raids in the early get-go. And now Wraith is out for Ganzi, just going to start picking... Yeah, just going to start picking away at those tanks. 2 raids out now, but with 3 SCVs, that's a perfect amount to keep everything up and running. And now he's going to reveal completely that those raids are up in the air, and he's going to come out and start doing some damage to those tanks. Probably going to want to push forward right after that, and losing a raid there, kind of careless. But regardless, some vultures swinging around the side here. Still haven't seen 4-port Valkyries yet, though. Gonna be really interesting. Gonna be used to probably fend off those barracks. And yeah, can you say that one more time? She said something in my ear just now. Can you say that into the microphone?
There's still time.
There's still time, she says. That's right. There's still time for those control towers to go down and some Valkyries to start popping out. So we very well might be seeing some very Boxer-esque play here. Some Boxer TVC, but in TVT. So this is a really interesting build, though. I will get back to the game here, a little bit more serious now. This is really an interesting technique to have those raids out. I haven't seen a mid-game 4-port Wraith, I think, ever. So Casey doing a little bit of innovation here, I must say. We're going to have to see if this works out for him, though. Not so sure how well those Wraiths are going to do once Ganzi gets those Charon boosted Goliaths just floating around. I'm assuming, however, that Casey isn't completely dedicated to this build. Ooh, and almost losing Goliath there, but I don't think he's dedicated to this build because otherwise, you know, he wouldn't have very many tanks still out on the field, and he could very easily transition into dropships, which I'm assuming he's going to do at any point now. And transitioning into dropships, for those of you who don't know, is dropships are just there to support your ground force. And raids coming in now, just going to pick off these SCVs, building the turrets, going to slow down that hard push, going to be able to drop all over. And another dropship coming in here for Ganzi, and Casey's really going to need to focus on this. Those raids should have been over there to intercept that, but going to lose some SCVs here. And those raids just doing a really great job of picking away at those tanks and more raids. So he is kind of a little bit dedicated to this build. We're going to have to see if this works out for him. Not so sure how well it's going to go down, though. And these vultures are doing a really good job harassing here, but getting cleaned up finally in the back of Casey's base there. And a nice line going, if you check the mini-map, a nice line, nice fuzzy pixely line going across the middle of the map here. And some turrets going down. Gonna probably throw down those turrets to intercept dropships when he's assuming that they are going to come out, which I also will assume with you, Ganzi. Dropship interception. But yeah, so that's a possibility. He could be using them just to stop Wraith harassment, which also is another strong possibility, obviously with the forced starports that are up there that Ganzi does know about. And tanks coming in here. Tanks coming in here. Another one. Another one. Almost some really nice A move there. Not sure I could have microed that A move just quite as well as he did, but a really nice job just picking off those mines as he moved through. Both players really just want that middle high ground. That middle high ground was not very useful in the early game as Ganzi was taking it, and Casey just kind of walked around and set up a contain. But now that middle ground is important because the map is being divided in half, and there are mines in those expansion positions for Ganzi, or sorry, they're Casey's mines blocking, C blocking, CC blocking Ganzi's command centers from going down, so he's going to be a little bit delayed, and he's going to be scouted in that, which is going to reassure Casey that he's all right to take his expansions. So, yeah, this map is just going to be completely divided in half here. Casey, yeah, just has expansions all over the top half of the map. The ones along the sides, I expect, won't be taken until very late game, and now just an engineering bay being picked off there by a ton of wraiths. I think there's about a control group and a half there of wraiths. I'm going to take this time. Oh, and an engagement coming in here. Losing about 4 or 5 raids there. But an engagement coming in here. Yeah, Ganzi getting pushed back completely. And Casey not losing very much there. But there is this tank line. Both players just posturing, kind of trying to stop each. Ganzi really just trying to stop Casey from taking that high ground. That high ground is so crucial at this point. I'm going to take this time to ask my co-commentator here. When she expects those 4-port Valkyries to start coming out. What time do you think they're going to start coming out? How soon? Sooner or later? What do you think? Sooner or later. She is not responding at this point in time. She is shy, as we've all seen from my Frank to be Frank video. If you haven't seen that yet, just go and check it out. It's kind of fun. But anyways, we'll get back to my co-commentator a bit later in the match when the Valkyries do start coming out, and we'll have her predictions for what they're going to be used for. Oh, and that engineering bay getting delayed there, and that's actually going to be a pretty big deal considering how many raids are out in the field. With the lack of dropships, with the lack of turrets, comes a really nice opportunity for wraiths just to free reign the entire map. However, there's only 5 left that I can see, and yeah, just flying back over. And whoa! 1, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th starports going down for Ganzi. Perhaps Ganzi feels that he's in a confident enough position that he can just kind of stick it to the man here, stick it to Casey, and say, you know what? I can do it too, and I'm going to do it better than you. So we're going to have to see if he pulls this off, because I do expect that those are going to be used to make raids, possibly because of how many expansions he has. There's a possibility, and now starports going down for Casey, but there's a possibility that it's going to be 4 battle cruisers. You do see battle cruisers often in late game Terran versus Terran. However, given the map set, I doubt it, because of how maneuverable Goliaths are all across the entire map, not just the middle. And a ton of tanks coming in here now, pushing in, trying to take the middle ground. I do feel that this is going to be successful with just 3 tanks there. Now Ganzi running back to the middle. He's going to need to really run in here and stop this from coming in, but not going to happen, losing all the tanks in the middle there. Now he's on the low ground. Now he is completely contained to the low ground, and Casey now has the high ground, which is going to give him the opportunity to go across the entire map, take the side expansions if he wants to, and just be able to maneuver around as much as he wants to, especially with those raids. And there's Casey just microing like a fiend, macroing like a fiend, I'm assuming also. But yeah, so now there's the SCV transfer, and another command center going down for Casey. We're just gonna have to wait and see when those raids for Ganzi start coming into play here. Not sure what's going to happen there, but Science Facility now is floating away, so we're not going to see battle cruisers.